Her beauty innovations have been empowering Black women for years. Now, beauty guru Lisa Price and Carol's daughter are on a new mission to combat the maternal health crisis. Here's a story.
The Black maternal health crisis in the United States is at an all-time high. Black birthing moms are 3 to 4 times more likely to die from childbirth than other demographics, with 60% of these deaths being preventable. That's why beauty pioneer Lisa Price and her brand Carol's Daughter are on a mission to help every Black mom make the most of motherhood during and after their pregnancies. They're calling it Love Delivered, a new program in partnership with the Mama Glow Foundation and its founder, the world-renowned doula Latham Thomas.
I find myself looking back at my story with new language and new information, and sort of realizing the moments where perhaps the way that I was being treated had something to do with the color of my skin. Mm-hmm. At the time, that wasn't part of my conversation, but today we have statistics. We understand that this is something that's happening to Black women.
Love Delivered will bring increased awareness to the Black maternal health crisis and shine a light on the many ways Black moms can be empowered before, during, and after birth. From access to online resources and maternity experts, to community building events for expectant and new moms, to scholarship opportunities and doula trainings.
So when we're talking about protecting Black life and the movement for Black lives has to start before birth. And when people talk about underserved communities, these are not undeserving communities. These are underestimated communities. These are people who would be thriving otherwise, but are being denied what their basic of human needs.
To become an advocate, visit carolsdaughter.com/lovedelivered